Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Charity First Handicapping Challenge on a beautiful Memorial Day where we honor our heroes who have given their lives so that we can sleep in the blanket of freedom that they've provided. So I certainly want to thank everybody in the military, anybody who's lost members of their family. Thank you so much for your sacrifice, for your service, and hopefully we're going to have a spectacular day here, Chappie.
Yeah, it should be terrific. I mean, we have one of the up-and-coming jockeys, Jessica Pfeiffer, joining us, and she's just doing a tremendous job. And then, of course, Benny South Street, a.k.a. Ryan Flanders, who just won the Charity First contest the other day. So he took home the $1,000 first prize and got some money towards Karma, which this is all about. So looking forward to it, George.
We got two champions on the show today, as in my eyes. Obviously, Benny just winning the championship here for the Charity First Handicapping Challenge that just finished, and champion apprentice in my eyes. I write every day. I write in the program. I'm on the website. So if you've read any of my stuff, you'll know that my favorite jockey, without question, is Jessica Pfeiffer. I mean, it's not even close. I love Jessica Pfeiffer, and her trajectory in her career has just been phenomenal. And when she won 4 that day was one of the most exciting days of my life. Oh, it's so exciting! It was
Mine
great,
too.
and it was just a fantastic day. I want to thank you. First of all, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, George.
You know what? Tell us a little bit about how you got started. You didn't start in thoroughbreds. You were like a hunter jumper kind of person, right?
Yeah, I've been riding a horse since probably a few days. When I got out of the hospital, my mom put me on a horse with her. So I've just been born to ride horses. Jumped for a long time. Probably about when I turned 16 and I got a license on the racetrack was when I kind of hung up the jumping because I just couldn't get away from the track, and didn't actually know I was going to try to ride races until recently, probably about a year ago when I started working horses for Richard Mandela, like Omaha Beach, and that's what really turned me on to wanting to be a jockey.
Benny, you can jump right in. I know you and Jessica are friends, and you have many questions, and you have big ears in the background, so go ahead.
I'm a wannabe friend. The first question is, I want to know if you smooch.
I more so growl.
You growl? I want to hear what that's like. So
No, it has to be an action.
No, I mean I want to hear this. Like if I were a jockey, I would absolutely, I would yell. I'd be like yeah, and I would yell. I want to know what it sounds like when you smooch.
Some guys do. There's a lot of when you come down the lane, there's either no noise at all or a lot of noise.
So I recently I was at the track and you were galloping out and you had just won. I think it was your 3rd of 4 on the day, and I think it was Alexis reached over and wanted to give you some love.
That was the second.
Is that a private conversation that you can't share, or
no? Actually, you kind of got in trouble for that, but
who did? He did or you did?
He did. I didn't know who had won, and I've come back before thinking I won, and I didn't, and so I never want to do that again. I never want to until I come back and see that my name is posted 1st or 2nd. I'm never gonna cheer or do anything like that. So he was congratulating me, but I didn't want to take part of it because I didn't know if he had won or if I had won.
That was a gritty performance. You look beat. I mean, it looked like raging waters had gone by you.
Yeah.
And Joe Don Looney just fought back. That was a gritty performance.
It seemed like he was kind of waiting for somebody to come outside of him, and then egged on again, got the finish. So,
Jessica, what's your favorite type of race to ride? Is there anything you like in particular more than other? Grass riding or dirt riding or sprints or routes?
I think my favorite race to ride right now is route on the dirt, because you just get so relaxed on the front end going a mile, and you can feel your horse relax so much as well, and you're not really thinking about anything behind you except for you and your horse, and it's just very peaceful. I love it.
You talked about your mother, and I see your mother on the track all the time. She is just a lovely lady, tough lady. Tell me about how she influenced you in your horse racing career.
I always laugh because I come back after I ride a race for my stepdad Phil D'Amato, and it's never him you're worried to see. It's always my mom. Like, she will grill you if you did something wrong. She will grill any jockey. It's not just me. So yeah, she's definitely tough, and she's I always call her the toughest woman on the racetrack. She's really motivated me to be tough, like just like her, and in a male-dominated sport, you have to be. So she's been a big influence.
So I have a question about the gate, because I was with the track and I was with some really sharp players, and I kind of had lobbed out, and trainers actually as well, and I kind of lobbed out there. I want to know who everyone thought the best gate jockey was. I actually think it's not close. I think you're the best gate jockey on our circuit.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I want to know, and I sadly I watch too many replays, but it's almost inevitable if there's something that's not a brush away from the gate or something that the horse made a mistake with, your horses always jump well. So I want to know what it's like going into the gate. If you can feel something, like do the horses know that it's time? Can you feel something different when you're warming them up, and then when you get behind the gate and they turn around and they see the gate? What is that like? What do you feel under you? And then tell me about the gate. What is it that makes you a great gate jockey?
There's actually a lot that goes into the horse's warm-up that contributes to their race or how they're going to come out of the gate. It's really interesting. This kind of is differentiated between jockeys, but some jockeys, or if you want the horse to be on the lead, you want to warm them up really good, make sure they're ready to pop out of there nice. And then some jockeys, like Edwin Maldonado, he likes to jog all of his horses. So it's kind of just the jockey's point of view, but going to the gate, especially, I like my horses to like be a little jumpy, feel a little good. If not, I'll maybe tap them on the shoulder, get them like knowing that they're doing this and they're going to the gate to get out. And then it's funny, Mike Smith actually came to me the other day and he's like, "How do you do it? What do you do? Teach me. Like, what do you do?" And I was like, "Mike, I can't.
Wow.
I can't."
That's amazing.
that
That's
was
great.
pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah. But I think it's a lot about how they're standing in there too. If they're standing badly, it's very unlikely they're going to come out good.
Yeah, so one of the things that I've noticed is some jockeys ride I call it riding light. And you can see it in their legs, like the really, really good ones. Pratt, Manny Franco is similar, Irad, they ride very light. You can see them ask with their legs. They get like a motion where they're almost removing the weight as the horse is hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Notice, it seems like you do that coming out of the gate. So I just thought that was very interesting. I wanted to hear about that. But
Thank
I
you.
do have one other very important question that I want to ask. Is when you drive on the freeway, do you like look for gaps and cars backing into you, and are you swerving? Because I'm not a rider, and I love getting on the freeway, and I'm like, okay, I'm diving into this turn. I want to know what you drive like on the freeway. Are you a mad woman?
This morning coming to the track, I said, "I feel like I'm in a high-speed chase right now."
See, that's what I'm saying.
That answers your question there.
You don't want to drive with me. And most jockeys, actually, it's kind of a thing where jockeys drive faster than most people.
I've noticed
yeah.
when you go by with the cars there in Del Mar, they've got all the cars up against that whatever it's called. I don't know what that building is called. But yeah, there are a lot of sports cars in there. I'm like, man, I would not want to be in front of this group on the way.
Jessica, I have a two-part question. So, first of all, first time you ever rode, how nervous were you? And then, secondly, they always say, like in anybody in professional sports, when they first start out, everything's moving at such a fast pace, right? And then the more you do it, it starts to slow down a little bit. You notice things around you. Are you noticing that as the more repetitions you get, the more races you get in where things are slowing down, you kind of see things before they happen a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. My first race, I
Stumbled.
I didn't really even know what was happening. Like the night before, I really didn't know in my head that like I was gonna ride a race the next day. And it was really when I came into the jocks room and I saw my silks on the wall, and that's when I was like, okay, now I'm nervous. I think I did an interview with Brittany Ayrton too, and that really got me thinking like this is happening in like 30 minutes. You should get ready. But yeah, the first race was kind of like I remember every little thing that I did, but in general, it was a blur. And
Didn't the horse stumble badly coming out of the gate?
no.
That wasn't it.
It was actually the week before they changed the whip rule, and that was my only shot to use the whip in the up position, and I did not whip. I've never whipped upper handed. So
hey, Jessica, your first win here was on Indy Jones, and I remember you fist pumping when you won. And then I think of Sweet Devil coming from out the clouds in one of the most exciting races I've seen. That horse just inhaled; it was flying. You've had some exciting times so far. What's been like one of the most memorable races for you?
There's been a few. I definitely don't like losing my stirrup. Those will forever be memorable. But probably my 40th was really special as well. That was with a filly named Race Judicata from my stepfather, and she's my favorite filly in the barn. I mean, you'll wrap your arms around her and she'll snuggle with you all day. And so that was really special. I think I teared up a little bit. And then the 4-win day ending with Sweet Devil coming from the clouds, that has to be definitely a memorable one.
Looks like he was going like 40 miles an hour. Everybody else was going 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, could that horse have been running any faster?
And honestly, everyone's like, I did not think you were going to win at all. But underneath me, I felt how much horse I had. And probably about the 3/16th bull, I was like, I can get there. Wow. And it's funny because no one else thought that.
Did you hear me scream on the way past the 17th?
Yeah. I always hear you scream.
I bet on Sweet Devil that day. So, I mean, well, I bet on you a lot. But, I mean, that day was phenomenal. Not only was I happy for you, I was happy for me, too.
Yeah, she was one of your picks, I think. In the
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. So I have some really important questions actually about golf.
Oh, golf.
So I want to know who your favorite golfer is.
It used to be Ricky Fowler, but he's not doing very well right now.
Yeah, a lot of the young gals like Ricky Fowler. So that's who's your dream foursome? Actually, it would be kind of a dream. It'd probably be another twosome because obviously I'm in the group.
Wow.
Phil Mickelson.
Phil, okay.
He would be in there. And
gotta be Tiger, right? No?
I mean, he's awesome, but I'm not the biggest Tiger fan. It would probably be Ricky Fowler.
And who's the best golfer in the jocks room?
Well, it used to be Corey Nakatani. That's easy.
Yeah,
That's
I would love to get
him and his son Matt Nakatani are really good. Right now, we're all kind of even. I would say the lowest score, which isn't very low, would be Abel Cedillo. He's pretty good. But usually the group is me, Juan Hernandez, Abel Cedillo, Ricky Gonzalez, Giovanni Franco, and
I know there has to be gambling going on in this game, right?
Oh yeah, they have a matchup game I think next week.
Hey, I think that no other female apprentice in California has ever won 4 races, and there have been some good apprentices around the country. I mean, I grew up. I remember watching Rosemary Homeister when she was an apprentice because I lived in South Florida, and she did great. And of course, there's a lot of spectacular jockeys that are like Julie Crone, Rosie Napravnik, who just a beast. Is there a female jockey that you kind of look to and go, that's the kind of career I want to have?
I think for every young woman, it's probably got to be Julie Crone. I mean, she was just unbelievable. You couldn't tell that she was a female jockey at all, and that's kind of what I hope to be as well.
Who has bragging rights at home? You were Papa Bear. Who has bragging rights right now? I mean, I know you've got a couple. You've got a mount today going against Dad. I'm curious.
Yeah, it goes off and on.
Do you guys have side action on
no.
UP2?
No.
He is doing great, right? You're Phil D'Amato is just killing it. He's the Sultan of Sod. Man, he is killing it. Boy, he is. Congratulations to him. And hats off. I was a jockey agent for 7 years. I think you got 32 wins this meet. I haven't had 32 wins total in my 7 years as a jockey agent. So, wow, pretty exciting. But Brandon, I love Brandon. He's doing a great job. and my hat's off to Brandon, one of the nice guys in this business. Of course, he's got pedigree that goes on forever and ever. His dad's dad. But Brandon, tell me about working for Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon's been a really good agent. He knows who to go to. He has the whole condition book memorized in his head, and he's been just a really hard worker, and I'm really thankful to have him. And we have a great relationship too. We're friends, and he's definitely been amazing to work with.
What is that process like? Do you contribute, or does he just book everything and you prepare and show up, or does he come to you and say, hey, what do you think about this? What was this like? I mean, how do you prepare for that?
Go over it.
You're good. It was muted.
Yeah, we go over after every worker that we go that I have in the mornings, and hopefully we'll get the ones that we work in the mornings. But if he says, hey, we got this call, he obviously will tell me about it, and but usually it's a yes. And then if we have two in the same race, he'll ask me which.
I think we lost.
Oh no.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So if we have two in one race, he'll ask me which one I want to ride, and he'll obviously give his opinion on which one is better for me.
Sorry, go ahead, Chappie.
I was gonna say, you actually started riding during COVID, right? When you had your first mount. So I know it was limited, but was it that much different when you actually, because you didn't ride in front of fans for a while? Was it that much different when the fans came back? Could you feel that energy, or was it too small of a crowd to really notice?
It's a lot different. And the first day back was it Santa Anita Derby Day, I think?
Yeah.
And I had a mount from my stepfather named King Abner. And as we were coming down the lane, you could just hear everyone. And it really just I think I really felt it then. I was like, I have to win this race. I have to be the one that comes out. Because the crowd was just really moved you.
That's cool.
Question. This is a really sorry, George. This is a really important question. Have any owners given you tickets in the paddock, and do you tuck them away like in a special place, like for good luck? No, that hasn't happened.
No, I haven't gotten any.
Wow.
Do that. I think that's kind of like a good luck charm, right? So if you own a horse and you're getting a leg up, the owner should always, get like a $50 win play show bet for the jockey.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. I think I'm going to try as hard as I can no matter what, and that won't affect me, so.
That would be my opinion. Of course.
I understand Phil.
Say whatever I want.
Phil didn't want you to be. He wanted you to go into law. So you put down the gavel and he said, I object, Your Honor. I want to ride horses. What happened there?
I think as I was working horses for a bunch of different trainers, he kind of realized, okay, she might have some business coming. So, and he obviously saw my growth as an exercise rider, and I think that was when he knew, I was going to stay in the business, and yeah.
Hey, Albert or Tyler, do we have a picture of a possible career as a model for Jessica? Are you there, Tyler? Do we have is there a picture? Yeah, you did some modeling for some. Was it wearing apparel or jewelry? Something like that.
It was Montana Silversmiths.
Montana Silversmiths.
Yeah.
And you look good there. You looked you got a career there. Okay, we may not have the picture. If we get it, we'll put it up. But you lose your apprenticeship November 13th. Is that what it is? So that's right around the corner. You're going to be a journeyman, journeywoman very soon. What's that transition going to be like?
Hopefully it won't change. I think I've built up enough loyalty and barns that'll hopefully keep me going, but it's definitely going to be an extra work, and that I'm prepared for, and I think I already have. So just keep working as hard as we can, keep winning races until the apprenticeship is over.
I think you're magnificent. I think you're phenomenal. I think you got to keep hitting the keep hitting the weights. You got to stay strong. I mean, there's some strong riders. You're in a colony here with some of the best riders in the country. So stay strong. I believe in you. I think you're going to do great. And we wish you the best of luck. But we got to get some picks here because we only got like 5 minutes left. And a lot of people tune into this because they want to make some money, And so we got the champion handicapper here, Jessica, the campeón, right here. Ryan, Benny South Street. He's going to come with it. Chappie, we don't need to spin the wheel of fortune or anything like that. He's just going to give us some winners, right?
Yeah, that's right. Benny, and you're still in Texas, right?
It's pouring out here, man. I love turf racing, and I think they're going to be off turf. So, and that's a big buy-in today. It's like 2,500. So I'm not real thrilled about diving in and watching horses dodge soup all day on the track. So, maybe I'll focus in on Santa Anita.
That's what I was going to say. You can turn your attention to Santa Anita. Do you have a couple plays for us here at the Great Race Place?
I think Bodacita is interesting.
Man, I love that horse.
In the Gamely. I've got, without getting into this is specifics, my software is really, really strong late. I think if Trevor can work out a trip from this high draw, this horse has got a really good swing off of a short break. I know. Jockey Jess, his father's got one in there. She's a real pro. Made a really nice score on her first time when she shipped in from Canada. I had somebody give me some help on that one, so I made a nice score. But I'm not certain that she gets 9 panels. They were getting to her last time a little bit late. She did kind of re-break and gallop out far in front. But Bodacita is a different animal, I think, than most of these. And Charmaine's Mia is the only real threat. So depending on the price, let the price be your guide, is what I like to say. That one's a legitimate swing for me.
But last year Bodacita owes me badly because I singled her last year and she ran second at 14-1 to Keeper of the Stars, which cost me a pretty penny. Of course, we all have our bad beat stories, but so I'm coming right back with her again today. What else, Benny? You got a couple other earlier in the card?
Man, I really didn't do a lot of work. I don't want to give people like bad plays to just go out and swing with. And I would love to hear what Jess thought, but I guess we can't get.
We got 3 Grade 1 races today, and Chappie, really spectacular day horse racing wise. Phil, I think Phil is loaded for bear. Say the Word has come in with some sterling workouts. You go to the Harrington report, and Say the Word certainly looks like he's got a huge shot. And on big days like this, trainers and jockeys, big trainers and jockeys, they show up. Pratt shows up on days like this. Phil obviously is going to show up as well, and I think Say the Word 4-1 in the program. I mean, that is a generous price. I don't think he's going to be 4-1, but if he is, I think Say the Word is a strong play at 4-1. And the other D'Amato, Charmaine's Mia, obviously, the race goes through Charmaine Mia, so the Sultan could have a couple of more trophies right there, no question about it. And the 8th race.
If you want Say the Word to win, stand at the wire with peppermints.
Is that really? Peppermints? We're going to be dangling them. We're going to be dangling the peppermints.
Yeah. George, so a lot of times these Southern California shippers, they travel and they don't do well. I've always kind of had a thing for playing against the SoCal shippers when they move back east. For whatever reason, those horses seem to do better. Say the Word shipped and won, and that's a real strong positive for me. So I'd have to, I'll jump on Giorgio on that one.
What were your thoughts on the Gold Cup, either of you guys?
Go ahead,
I think the inside horses are going to take a lot of money. They're going to draw a lot of attention coming out of that same race. But, since I use Thoroughgraph numbers a lot, they are certainly in a position to bounce. Those were big efforts for both of them. And I think a runner like Express Train and Juanito Hernandez, right now, he's hot. I mean, he won the 2 stakes races the other day with, long shots, sort of. And I think Juanito's got a big shot with Express Train because I think those two on the inside, they have, they may not bounce much, but just enough for Express Train. I'm all aboard Express Train. All aboard for my best bet of the day.
And
Go ahead.
I would say one of the great angles with the stakes and the Lasix, this horse is fired without Lasix before. He's done just fine. Actually, if you go to the San Diego website, we got a really good trip note on Express Train. He was super game last time. He had like a good stalking trip, and then it kind of just evaporated when this early mover put him into a box. And for about 3 furlongs, he had to fight from just an awful in-between position. And he fought every inch down the stretch. So, yeah, he was certainly game last time, and I like that angle where horses, they're able to run without Lasix and stakes, and he's proven that before. So.
Another horse that'd be a price, George, who was actually working very well in the morning, and I don't know if 1.25 miles hits this horse between the eyes or not, but Rushie's coming into this race in very good shape for Michael McCarthy. We know get horses ready, but the acid test will be the 1.25 miles, but we'll see. That horse is worth throwing in.
He's working really well, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of the duo of McCarthy, right, in the future. I feel like we're going to see a lot of those together. Hey, really quick, since we're running out of time, I do want to say there's a couple of things I want to say. Own, race, retire. That is the Karma motto. And today is Aftercare Awareness Day. The Thoroughbred Aftercare Allegiance, securing futures for our horses, securing a future not just for our horses but for our sport in general. It's Aftercare Awareness Day today. So donate. Go to Karma if you can. Go to thoroughbredaftercare.org if you can. And Karma's is Karma, the number 4 horses.org. And, we need your contributions to take care of these magnificent equine athletes that we absolutely love so much. So please, donate generously. Today is the day for awareness. So do that as well. We got a mandatory payout next Sunday. That's going to be very exciting. So definitely it's going to be a big weekend with the Belmont and then the mandatory on Sunday. Jessica, you got 3 mounts today. We wish you the best of luck on all 3 of them. Your mother did a phenomenal job with you. She's tough as nails, but she did a great job with you. Hopefully that guy Phil D'Amato will give you some mounts in the future. He possibly will. And we certainly wish you the best of luck. And we're going to be rooting for you constantly, wishing you the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
Any last words before we say goodbye?
No, I was going to say, Benny, good luck today in the tournament. I know it's pouring there. And Jess, it was a pleasure. Thanks so much, and continued good luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Have a great Memorial Day.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.